The series, formerly known as March Madness, has ditched the long-running title in favor of an early December debut, borrowing more than a few new ideas from its Pro Hoops counterpart, NBA Live, in the process. As the final sports game from EA for 2008, does it build on what has been a solid year for the prolific publisher? The design is solid, if not particularly surprising. The Dynasty mode is back and offers a staggering 30-year career filled with recruiting objectives, coaching job offers, training sessions, campus upgrades to improve your team's skills, and more. Also included, of course, is an NCAA tournament mode, as well as the ability to compete in a licensed preseason tournament, such as the Old Spice Classic or the NIT Season Tip-Off. New to this year's installment is the Tournament of Legends, which lets you play as all-time college team greats from a time when shorts were short, socks were long, and hair was big. 64 featured teams range from the 1952 Jayhawks and the 1968 Bruins, all the way up to the Duke Blue Devils from 1986 and present-day dynasties. It's a fun addition, though it would have been really special if players could adjust the commentary and presentation to fit the time periods. The other new mode is a rival challenge that simply pits two schools against competing online players. If a person on your rivalry list logs on, you can challenge him or her to a head-to-head match. Needless to say, this is hardly a mode worth purchasing the game for, but there are plenty of other options to keep you busy. NCAA Basketball 09 is a noticeable improvement over the shaky March Madness 08. As with NBA Live 09, the emphasis is placed on hammering out the on-court experience instead of dazzling with a wealth of new features or design improvements. The underwhelming engine that powered previous college hoop games has been ditched, and the controls now offer greater options. The two-man pick-and-roll controls, signature play-calling system, quick-strike ball handling, and ankle-breaking burst moves are all brought in from NBA Live 09, making you feel more in control over your team. On the other hand, this is a college basketball game, so it's a little disappointing that more distinctive gameplay features haven't been added to separate it from its professional sibling. The biggest new addition to the newly christened series is a fuel gauge-like tempo meter divided into 3 areas. The basic idea is to follow your favorite team's real-life tendencies by maintaining an up-tempo, balanced, or half-court playstyle. Follow the recommended pace of your team, and you'll benefit from improved shooting percentages. Change your team's pace, and you might start missing baskets. Still, you can easily perform fast breaks with a slower tempo team and outscore your opponent. It's not clear why the developers try to force players to follow a specific style. Why not remove the meter and let the real-life abilities of your team dictate its effectiveness? Too much of the game is built around this dubious concept, from coaches giving you unnecessary feedback to the announcers saying why you might be missing shots. Fatigue, momentum, and ability should decide this. The game also promotes its authenticity by including ratings and scouting reports from the people behind the Blue Ribbon College Basketball Yearbook. Yet, the computer acts like it hasn't read the stats. You'd expect the AI to focus on feeding the ball to its top shooters or constantly dumping it down low to bangers, but it rarely happens. The new engine means you can expect to see some rough spots in the presentation. Player movement is fluid overall, and the authentic courts are brought to life with animated fans and sideline activity, yet the frame rate struggles to keep up with the action, as you'll see regular bouts of slowdown when moving up and down the court or driving to the hoop. Some of the animations are a bit abrupt, clipping's a little too apparent, and athletes all suffer from action figure hair, where their plastic locks appear to be glued to their heads. Brad Nessler and Dick Awesome Baby Vitale once again handle the play-by-play and color commentary with predictable results.
He set him up nicely!
Love him or hate him, you have to admit Vitale brings a comical intensity to his delivery, but the scripted comments quickly grow repetitive.
Gotta make good decisions with the ball, Brad!
College ball is all about the atmosphere, and NCAA Basketball 09 is long on adoring, but short on roaring. The fight songs, cheers, and clapping are there, but it often feels like the crowd is being played on a loop rather than reacting to what's happening. One nice touch is that you actually see crowd members cup their mouths and stomp at certain points, but there's not much animation variety. Some venues should have crowd noise at near deafening levels during close games, but it never happens. College hoop fans who gave March Madness 08 a failing grade should not look upon NCAA Basketball 09 with a furrowed brow. It's significantly more playable than previous efforts, and the developers have created a more enjoyable game as a result. It's far from perfect, however. The new play modes are nice, but hardly groundbreaking, and the tempo meter doesn't make any sense. If you're a true blue fan, it's worth a tryout, but if you're expecting a slam dunk instead of a drop step, you're bound to be disappointed.